Who won the Harris-Trump presidential debate? Yeah, we're reading the BBC here. If you think they're capable of covering this story impartially, then you probably think we're living on a flat earth. In a fiery 90 minutes, Harris frequently rattled the former president with personal attacks that threw him off message and raised the temperature of this highly anticipated contest. Yeah, that's wrong, isn't it? Because Trump is probably one of the only men in a position of power and authority who Kamala Harris hasn't rattled. Although, no, she was the one getting rattled, wasn't she? Willie Brown rattled her. That's the mayor of San Francisco, if you don't know. And judging by some of the whispers in the White House when Obama was the president, sounds like everybody's poked that fireplace. Okay, so from the get-go there, you can see the BBC's wrong. Trump is one of the only blokes she hasn't rattled, and it all goes downhill from there. Her pointed digs on the size of his rally crowds, his conduct during the Capitol riot, and on the officials who served in his administration, who have since become outspoken critics, repeatedly left Trump on the back foot. The pattern for much of this debate was Harris goading her Republican rival into making extended defences of his past conduct and comments. He gladly obliged, raising his voice and shaking his head. So as you might expect, the BBC's gone all in on this, that Harris trounced Trump, and he looked confused and rattled the entire time. What actually happened was, I'm sure many of you watched it, basically it was like watching my mate John Whittaker having a fight outside the local kebab shop with a bloke named after the prophet of renown, and as soon as he threw two punches, the follower of the religion of peace seemed to multiply like a wet gremlin, because 2 seconds later there was 30 of them clinging to his back, like a flock of seagulls round a chip on the beach. Generally, that's how it goes down, and that's what this debate looked like. It was 3 against 1, and if you don't think that they leaked the questions to Kamala Harris before the debate, you've got another thing coming, because I remind you, you do recall what happened the last time these slimy, cheating, no good political activist hacks got involved with a debate of any importance. From Politico, do you remember this one? Brazil under siege after giving Clinton debate question. Donna Brazil came to the Democratic National Committee to steady a ship rocked by an email hacking scandal. After hacked emails published Monday by WikiLeaks appeared to reveal that Brazil, during her time as a CNN commentator, gave advance notice to Clinton's camp about a debate question. Multiple debate questions. There's no doubt about this. They leaked the questions to Hillary Clinton before she debated Bernie Sanders because the system is rigged. They wanted Clinton to be the presidential candidate. She paid the dues, wrote all the right checks, greased all the right palms, and grabbed her ankles when required. So basically, she was getting the job. And the fact that 10 million Bernie bros were very, very upset about it is the exact reason that Trump managed to beat Clinton in the 2016 election. So if they're willing to cheat to leak the questions to a fellow Democrat nominee, when all the powers that be are demanding that one of them becomes the presidential candidate, you don't think another gigantic left-wing media organisation would leak the questions to favour the Democrat nomination, this time when they're going up against the Orange Oracle, who is about as popular with malaria with the chattering classes? You don't think that happened? No. They'll cheat a Democrat senator, but they won't cheat a Republican one. Do you need a CAT scan? Trump then went on to an extended riff on a debunked report that Haitian immigrants in the town of Springfield were abducting and eating the neighbours' pets. Again, it's only been debunked if you listen to the BBC and believe what they tell you and the mainstream media, because there's plenty of videos and photographs on Twitter showing images of what appear to be foreign gentlemen eating domesticated animals. Rotten Politics did a video of this. It happens in the UK. There's people eating swans and seagulls and spuggies, and you honestly think people from countries like Haiti aren't going to see a cat and go, that'd go nice in a baguette? Of course they are. That is definitely happening. So this is just all nonsense and drivel from the world's worst taxpayer-funded propaganda organisation. Let's get something factually accurate from a different one, shall we? Trump rattled as well-prepared Harris gets help from ABC debate moderators. 3-on-1. Yeah, because they kept fact-checking Trump and they didn't fact-check Harris. It's pretty brazen, no? No? Okay, then I'll shut up.
Crime is down all over the world except here. Crime here is up and through the roof. Despite their fraudulent statements that they made, crime in this country is through the roof. And we have a new form of crime. It's called migrant crime. And it's happening at levels that nobody thought possible.
President Trump, as you know, the FBI says overall violent crime is actually coming down in this country. But Vice
Excuse me,
President
the
Harris,
FBI they were defrauding statements. They didn't include the worst cities. They didn't include the cities with the worst crime. It was a fraud.
That is also a proven fact. The FBI and the CIA are nakedly and aggressively partisan, and everybody who's ever read a newspaper in the last 5 years knows this to be true. The feds are activists. They're working for the DNC and the Democrat Party. They did it with Biden. They did it for Clinton. They're doing it with Harris. The best number I saw from these fact checks that took place was from a tweet from Scott Adams from CNN. False claims made during the debate. Kamala won. Donald Trump 33. CNN fact checks the first Trump-Harris debate. Yeah, I don't know what to tell you if you look at those numbers and go, yeah, that seems legit. Kamala Harris doesn't lie. No, never does that. She lies like a Chinese Rolex. Every time she flaps her forked tongue, lies flow out of her mouth. But if you listen to the mainstream media, it doesn't happen. Only the orange guy lies. And Wall Street Apes published this related to the FBI cooking the books on crime statistics. Prominent Democrats have been all over the media saying crime rates are down. Turns out it's a lie. The Washington Examiner did some digging and discovered that they've been cooking the books. The Biden administration's Enron-style accounting cooks the books on everything from crime to the border to the economy. And the media reporters just regurgitate the propaganda.
Did you know about half the country doesn't send their crime statistics to the FBI? So the FBI just estimates the number of crimes, and then they estimate in the wrong direction. Murders are actually up 23% across 70 cities since 2019. In Milwaukee, the FBI reported a 13% drop in robberies, but Milwaukee police reported a 7% increase.
And there you go. And it's the exact same in the UK. If you believe the statistics that the government gives you, you're a raving lunatic. Every year they say the schools are better, the kids are cleverer than ever, and crime's down. And then you look out your window and you see people getting knifed in the face and kids who can barely read. Don't tell me that the kids are smarter than they've ever been. The average teenager talks like he's had a frontal lobotomy and 3 weeks of electroshock treatment, a la One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest. We've got a brain-dead generation. There's crime on every street corner. As I keep saying, don't piss in my face and tell me it's raining. I don't need to read fake statistics, fake numbers on a piece of paper from a paid-up activist in a government department like the Home Office or the FBI when we know that they're all paid-up activists. Just go for a walk. Just turn Twitter or YouTube on and look at some of the stuff you see every day. Little girls getting butchered. People with hissing backpacks blowing up the tubes and the trains and the buses, squashing people like frogs at Christmas markets. And every year, the crime's gone down. It hasn't. That right there is just one concrete example. The FBI are going to happily tell you that the crime's gone down by over 10%. But if you go and talk to the coppers on the ground, ask yourself that question. Are they busier or less busy than they were 10 years ago? It doesn't even pass the common sense sniff test. Millions of unvetted men are moving to these places every year. 15 million unvetted men at least have made their way into the United States. So how's crime going to go down? If you sent 50,000 young fighting age men from Yorkshire to London, the crime would go up because one demographic does 90% of the violent crime. If you increase those numbers drastically, no matter what you say, with all of your duked statistics and outright lies, all you need is common sense. Increasing the numbers of fighting age men, poor, impoverished, badly educated fighting age men by millions. Doesn't matter whether you're talking about Europe or the United States, crime's going up, not down. Simple, right? Use a bit of common dog instead of spewing fake statistics and then acting like that's a checkmate somehow. Oh, I'm quoting the organisation that's a known political advocate. Checkmate. No. You can say that all you like. I've just watched a video of a bloke eating someone's kitten on the front porch. So you can tell me not to believe my own lying eyes, but I think I'll do the exact opposite, thanks. I trust my eyeballs more than I trust a paid political activist, but that's just me. Maybe I'm being a knobhead. So to sum up, considering the Orange Oracle was going up against a hostile crowd and moderators that constantly fact-checked him and ignored it whenever his opponent lied, I think he did a capable job, to be honest. I don't agree with the doomsaying, about the debate. However, I don't see how he's going to win the election when they'll just do what they did last time, which is, of course, cheat more than my old man whenever we used to play Monopoly. And as soon as he stood up to go for a piss, I'd see he was sitting on £3,000 in purple £500 banknotes. Anyway, so that's me for the day. Thanks for tuning in. Let me know what you thought about the debate yourself. Seriously, don't think it was a terrible performance considering how brazen the opposition was in that room and considering Kamala had clearly been shown all the questions beforehand. But that's just me. Let me know what you think, and I'll see you all tomorrow. Toodle pip. Cheers.